In the winter of 1170, the city of Canterbury stood as one of the most important religious centers in England. Pilgrims traveled from distant lands to visit its grand cathedral. Narrow medieval streets bustled with merchants, priests, and travelers. But beneath the calm surface of this holy city, a dangerous conflict was reaching its breaking point. At the center of this conflict stood a man named Thomas Becket. He was not always a man of religion. In fact, he began his career as a loyal friend and trusted advisor to King Henry II of England. The two men were once inseparable. They hunted together, traveled together, and shared a vision for a powerful kingdom. Henry saw in Becket a brilliant mind and unwavering loyalty. So when the position of Archbishop of Canterbury became available, the king made a decision that would change history forever. He appointed his friend Thomas Becket as archbishop. Henry believed Becket would support the crown and ensure the church remained under royal influence. But something unexpected happened. After becoming archbishop, Becket changed. He embraced his religious role with complete devotion. He began to defend the independence of the church with fierce determination. Soon, he found himself opposing the very king who had elevated him to power. The friendship between Henry and Becket quickly turned into a bitter rivalry. At the heart of their conflict was a question of authority. Who held more power in England, the king or the church? Becket insisted that the church must remain independent from royal control. Henry saw this as a direct challenge to his authority. Arguments turned into public disputes. Tensions grew. Eventually, the situation became so hostile that Becket fled England and went into exile in France. For several years, he remained there, far from the reach of the king, but still a powerful symbol of resistance. Then, in 1170, after years of tension and negotiation, Becket returned to England. Many hoped his return would bring peace. Instead, it set the stage for tragedy. King Henry, frustrated and angry, reportedly uttered words that would echo through history. In a moment of rage, he is said to have exclaimed that no one was willing to rid him of this troublesome priest. Whether he intended it as an order or merely an expression of anger remains debated. But 4 knights took the words as a command. They set out for Canterbury. On a cold December evening, the knights arrived at the cathedral. Inside, Becket was preparing for evening prayers. The massive stone building stood silent, illuminated by flickering candlelight. The knights entered and confronted him. They demanded that he submit to the authority of the king. Becket refused. He stood firm within the sacred walls of the cathedral, declaring that he would not betray the church. Moments later, violence erupted. In one of the most shocking acts of medieval England, Thomas Becket was attacked inside the cathedral itself. Blades were drawn. The archbishop was struck down near the altar. His blood stained the stone floor of the holy building. The murder of a high-ranking church leader inside a cathedral sent shockwaves across Europe. It was not just a political act. It was seen as a violation of sacred ground. News of Becket's death spread rapidly. Outrage followed. People across England and beyond viewed him as a martyr. Pilgrims began traveling to Canterbury to honor his memory. Stories of miracles associated with his tomb soon emerged. Meanwhile, King Henry faced immense pressure. Although he denied directly ordering the murder, many believed his words had inspired it. In an extraordinary act of public penance, Henry later traveled to Canterbury. There, he reportedly walked barefoot through the streets and allowed monks to whip him as a sign of remorse. It was a dramatic display meant to repair his reputation and ease public anger. Over time, Thomas Becket became one of the most famous martyrs in English history. Canterbury Cathedral transformed into a major pilgrimage site. His story inspired countless writings, including the famous Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer centuries later. Yet, even today, historians debate the true nature of the events that led to his death. Was it a tragic misunderstanding fueled by anger, a calculated political move, or an example of how power and loyalty can turn into deadly rivalry? The stone floors of Canterbury Cathedral have long since been cleaned, but the memory of that night in 1170 still lingers. A reminder that, even in places of peace and worship, history has witnessed moments of shocking violence. And in the quiet halls of Canterbury, the story of Thomas Becket continues to echo, a tale of friendship turned to conflict, power challenged by faith, and a murder that changed England forever.